June 23rd, 1995. A stormy night in the English countryside. A group of friends, brought together by their love of theater, known throughout their university as the Nine, intend to celebrate their graduation with one final raucous get-together. They arrive at Merryweather, the family estate of one of the members, and their first night quickly progresses toward a stormy, booze-infused game of hide-and-seek on the grounds of the isolated manor. By the next morning, 2 members of the Nine lay dead in the woodshed, murdered by an axe. Was it one of them or a stranger? Murders fueled by love or jealousy, hatred or revenge.
You're really good at murder monologuing.
Thank you.
Should add that to your resume.
Oh my God, I will. Hi, my name is Sarah.
And I'm Michael, and we are back to tackle another fictional murder, or 2, in 9 Liars by Maureen Johnson.
This time we're heading to the English countryside to help Stevie Bell solve a particularly confounding and brutal case. You may know Stevie Bell from her work on the truly devious murders, but in 9 Liars, she has a completely new blood-spattered mystery to solve.
Meet the Nine. 9 best friends brought together by their love of performing. They were inseparable. Inseparable by all means, maybe, except death.
There's Sebastian, Rosie, Suze, Noel, Peter, Julian, Yash, Angela, and Theodora.
That's 9. You got it.
Yeah.
We meet the crew as they're arriving at the estate for their graduation celebration. And sure, there's some tension among them, but that's not out of the ordinary for a friend group this big.
Yeah, I mean, who has 9 friends, period, let alone 9 friends who live together and get along all the time?
And are theater lovers?
And some of them are just lovers. Drama.
That sounds messy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agree. Like we said, it's their college graduation from Cambridge University, and Sebastian, a future 6th Viscount, pinkies up, has a grand manor called Merryweather in the English countryside, thanks to his family. Let's just say it's a perfect place for a special friend group connection to be shattered, spliced, bashed in.
Sounds like a bloody good time.
Yeah.
Sebastian's family is away, so they have the entire grounds to themselves. The house, the gardens, the woodshed, and pay close attention to the woodshed. And the only person on the premise with a set of keys is Sebastian.
Once everyone is settled, around 11 p.m., the game of Seeker begins. Everyone but Sebastian heads out to hide around the grounds. Each player who's found has to help him find the other players.
One more note. It's like so stormy.
Oh, the vibe, it's giving stormy. It's giving rain, clouds, thunder, lightning, raining axes. It's not good.
Okay.
You never had a classic axe shower?
I've heard of raining cats and dogs, but not raining axes.
It's the murder version.
One by one, the players are found, and at some point around midnight, they're reported to have seen Noel, one of the eventual victims, in the back gardens.
By around 2:15, all the players except for Noel and Rosie had been found. And at 2:30 a.m., the power goes out. I smell a murder.
I was gonna say, they're really good at this game.
So everyone heads back to the house except for Rosie and Noel, but they had a good reason to not go looking for them. Rosie and Noel had a little something going on the side, so the friends assumed they just wanted like a moment alone. Reasonable.
The remaining 7 friends continued to talk and drink until about 3:30 a.m. when they call it a night. In the morning, when Rosie and Noel are still missing, they head out to find them.
And find them they did. Just not alive.
They're dead. They're
Yeah,
big dead.
That was it for them.
Yeah.
Big dead.
Yeah.
They're the big dead.
All right, here's where it gets gruesome. Upon approaching the woodshed, they find chaos. There's an overturned wheelbarrow, the door forced open, torn from the latch, but the padlock was still intact.
Huh.
And the bodies of their friends partially covered in firewood.
The victims had been attacked with a sharp, heavy object that left pointed marks consistent with an axe. With the shed left open, rainwater had pooled in the bottom, and any footprints that may have been left had been washed away.
So what happened here? How does an innocent game of hide and seek end in 2 dead bodies, friends on the cusp of graduation, their entire lives ahead of them? Here's what we learned from the police investigation the next day.
We learn the power went out due to the storm knocking out the power lines on the only road leading to the manor, and a maintenance van was sent to fix it, which means that anyone approaching or leaving the premises between 3 a.m. and 7:30 a.m. would have had to pass that van, and no one was seen.
And then at one point, Angela, one of the players, admits to seeing the padlock missing from the shed door. Not unlocked. The padlock is not there entirely. And if you remember, the next day, the door had been forced open, but the padlock was still intact.
Right.
And so she sees light coming out from under the door. She calls out, tries to push it, but it's jammed, and she moves on.
And then there's a beam of light, like a flashlight, seen in one of the windows of the house between 3 and 3:30 a.m.
And the medical examiner determined the time of death to be between midnight and 3 a.m., so either while the game was being played or once they'd returned to the house.
Meaning a possible assailant could have gotten in, killed Rosie and Noel, and gotten out before the van even got there.
But that was 3 a.m., and the beam of light was seen outside after that. So who was outside with a flashlight in the storm, and what were they doing? And are all of the friends inside even accounted for?
And was anybody even sober enough to remember?
So what do you think? Was it an unknown assailant who committed the crime and then fled the property, or was it one of the remaining 7?
I don't know. I mean, there's so much about these remaining 7 personalities that we haven't even had time to cover yet. It's too hard to say. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think you can make a jump from like theater kid likes drama to theater kid likes murder. I feel
Sure,
like that's
fair enough.
there's a big gap there. You know
Right.
what I mean?
There's a difference between watching Sweeney Todd and being Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you think, Michael?
It's hard for me because I think it has to be one of the friends. But I also, me as a person, you should know, I can't imagine murdering one of my besties, let alone murdering a bestie with an axe.
That's a good friend.
It's just like, thank you.
You're so
Yeah.
welcome.
It's so violent. We know there was tensions among the group. We know that there
Right.
were lovers' quarrels amongst the group, but it's just hard for me to make the jump from like hi bestie to die bestie. you know?
Exactly. No, that's a great point.
Yeah.
Oh, and we forgot to tell you, this is a cold case. Stevie Bell was brought in to open it back up, but doing so might just put her life and the lives of the 7 remaining friends in danger.
Will Stevie be able to ask the difficult questions?
Maybe she can shed some light on the
That's a
situation.
good one. The good news is you can read 9 Liars by Maureen Johnson and find out for yourself, and therefore other truly devious mysteries.
More murders for us to solve.
Well, I already read those, so I know who the killers are.
Without me? How dare you?
I'm sorry.